Dorothy?
Have we met?
Not yet. I'm here because of your ad in the paper. Willing to do anything, $8 an hour, no job too big or small.
Yes, of course. Please come in. I'm sorry, I didn't expect people to actually come here. I just figured, that I would be going to them.
That's the way it'll work in the future, when my video camera gets back from the shop.
Yes, that's because I'm not going.
Why not?
Why not? I will tell you why not. Because I cannot flounce around a dance floor like some cheap, trashy slut in heat. Lord knows I've tried.
Damn.
What's the matter, pussycat?
I can't balance my checkbook. The hell with it. I'm only off by a few pennies.
A few pennies. To you, it may not be much, but back in Sicily, a few pennies could make the difference between owning a gun and having to insert bullets into your victim manually.
We had pancakes yesterday.
Lillian, you weren't here yesterday.
Here you are, honey, a nice cup of tea.
Lillian, Sophia tells me that you were in the Ziegfeld Follies.
Oh, yes. Those were the days.
You must have been something.
I was quite a looker.
Oh.
Almost as pretty as you.
Why, thank you.
Of course, I had bigger breasts.
That you realize that Holly is a terrific person and would not do anything to hurt you or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche.
Come on.
Rose, how? You bought one street in St. Olaf.
I bought the only street in St. Olaf. That means I'm going to tear down your phone booth.
This is the stupidest game. I could just...
Dorothy.
I could just play all night. Set it up again, Rose.
Oh, how my heart went out to little Kathy Lee, standing there while our servants snickered at her servants. But Mama insisted I break off the friendship or I wouldn't get brand new riding boots for Christmas. So I did.
Blanche, why is this a story about acceptance?
Oh, because years later, to get back at me, Kathy Lee slept with my daddy.
Excuse me, this is a private section.
What is going on here?
What does it look like? The opposition kidnapped our fighter and is trying to turn him into a sissy boy by making him play the violin. Come on, Peppy.
Ma.
Look, ladies, I guess I've got some explaining to do.
You sure do. Like why you snuck out on us. Like why you used us. Like why you're speaking better English than Sylvester Stallone.
This is ridiculous. This is never going to work.
Now listen, the caddy said Mr. Hope just finished his round of golf. He's got to be in here somewhere.
Well, what if he is? I mean, he's not about to do a favor for three people who look like Sam Snead with a hormone problem.
Look, you two stay here. I'm going to check out the rest of the locker room. I think I'll start out with a jacuzzi.
You don't know where the jacuzzi is?
Yeah, it's just down the hall, second door. I'll ask somebody.
Oh, but I can't tell you, Blanche, how much I enjoy working with you.
Me too, and you know why? Because we're not just partners, we're friends. We're good friends.
I feel like I could say anything to you.
Well, of course you can, Sugar Plum.
Even criticize your artwork.
Well, of course. The whole point of collaborating is to get beyond our egos and come up with something we both like. What do you think?
Well, this could use a few minor changes.
Drop dead.
You're right, Blanche. Some things never change.
Well, my date will be here soon. I'd better get ready.
Oh, Ma, will you knock it off?
Oh, you're right. At 82, what am I going to get ready? I always have my purse, and I shouldn't pee until he's got the motor running.
We don't go to dinner. We don't go to the movies. We just go to bed, and it is terrific.
All that and cappuccino, too? I'd always go to the movies every Saturday afternoon with all my friends. Oh, we'd have a ball. Of course, the only problem was that our town theater was designed for silent movies.
They never put in the sound system?
No. Luckily, our school teacher, Miss Sigerson, was an expert lip reader. She'd do all the dialogue. Although there were some problems sometimes. Through most of Citizen Kane, we all thought everybody was looking for a rowboat.
Yes, I'm going to look him up tonight, and I'm going to patch things up. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad we're friends again.
Oh, honey, of course we are.
By the way, I have never asked you what it is you all have.
Oh, we're not sure. All we know is it makes your skin blotchy and your eyes puffy and your cheeks swollen and you get heart palpitations.
Well, good thing for those palpitations. Otherwise, you might never have known you even had it.
All the galleries make the same mistake. They've hung it upside down.
Oh, then those aren't noses.
Whoa! Can I come in?
Oh, sure. Do I look like a man who's about to do it for the third time? Get married, I mean.
Very handsome. Have you lost weight?
No, I'm wearing a girdle. Is Sophia going to make it to the wedding?
She's not quite up to it, but she sends her regards and baggies for me to bring back hors d'oeuvres. You're wearing a girdle.
Yeah, and padded shoulders. Is my head sweating?
No.
I've also been thinking a lot about that boy out at Rex's drive-in, and honey, the two pictures don't go together. There's just something wrong with one of them.
But it's not the one you're hoping, Blanche. It was the heater fogging up my car windows that night.
So, what can I bring you, sweetheart?
Don't you dare talk to him like that. Now, you get out of here.
Did I say something embarrassing?
No, Rose, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've got to tell her tonight. But it's not going to be easy. I mean, I still haven't told Blanche I was the one who stole the Montgomery Cliff poster off her wall when she left for college.
The bid's 900, 900 once, 900 twice. Sold for $900. Congratulations. And now, moving along to item number 17. A leather jacket recently worn in concert by one of the world's leading musical talents.
Get ready, this is it.
I have a really dumb question. And I have a box of chiclets. What's your point?
You'd think you'd miss that feeling you get with that first puff. That feeling of relaxation when you hold it in and then the sheer exhilaration as you exhale slowly.
No, not really. I've found other ways to ease my tensions. Honey, would you hand me that large saucepan over there?
Oh, sure.
No, the one behind it, the really big one. I know Ma is faking. She is not really paralyzed.
It's only natural for you to feel that way. At the counseling center, we learned that the first reaction to catastrophe is denial.
Rose, I am not in denial.
Oh, yes, you are. You're just denying you're in denial.
Rose, I am not denying that I am in denial.
If you're not denying you're in denial, then you're in denial.
I'm not severely injured.
Well, yeah, you can fake it. I have a good doctor friend who will back you up.
I'm appalled, shocked, disgusted. How much money are we talking about?
A couple of $100,000 at least.
A couple of $100,000? A lake.
I think we'll just sit here.
I'll go with you, Rose. I'm a sucker for natural beauty. And a gin and tonic. Let's find the bar call.
Blanche, I'm glad we're alone. There's something I think we should do.
Dorothy, I like you as a friend, but I think I'll pass.
Maybe it'd be just like Cocoon, and they'd take us away, and we'd never grow old.
See, I don't know. I like my life. I mean, I'm not president or anything. I'm just a teacher. A substitute teacher. A divorced substitute teacher who can't even afford her own place to live. Beam me up!
How did you know your mother was cheating, Dorothy?
Because Mr. Feinbaum never walks around totally naked. He always wears a Boy Scout neckerchief. But never in the same place twice. Which is why there's no Mrs. Feinbaum, dear. Well, the weather's cleared up. I really think we should save a big project like this for a rainy day.
Now, we agreed we weren't going to waste time. That'd be a big mistake, something we'd regret for the rest of our lives.
Rose, we're eating pizza, not getting tattoos.
I just hate the idea of wasting time. I always have, ever since what happened to my neighbor in St. Olaf.
Rose. Sophia, what in hell is going on here?
He's a man, I'm a woman. I've got what it takes, and he knows how to use it.
I think I'm going to lose my lunch.
Blanche, listen.
Fidel, don't sugarcoat it for her. Look, we happen to be an item. I'm wearing his medical alert bracelet.
When did this start?
Well, I have been allergic to penicillin ever since...
Not bad.
Rose, it is not here.
Look again, it has to be.
Rose, I have read every want ad in the paper. Mine is not here. Are you sure you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Dorothy, you told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown.
Do you remember the first day you went to school?
No.
I do. You looked so adorable in that pink and white polka dot dress. I loved that dress. Even after you outgrew it, it was tucked away in an upstairs closet for years.
You put it away for sentimental reasons?
No, your brother Phil hid it there. He used to like to wear it when he visited the firehouse.
Why do you say that, Sophia?
Because in Sicily, I could solve this whole problem with one phone call.
To whom?
Nicodemo the Ugly. Whenever you wanted to look gorgeous at a party, you hired him to be your date.
You mean women paid him to stand next to them at parties and look disgusting?
Please, they paid through the nose. That's also how I usually gave them their change.
Ma, sit down. Ma, we need to talk about Lillian.
I said I'll take care of her.
Ma!
I already take care of you three, so I'll do a little more cleaning, a little more cooking, and make up one more bed in the morning.
Sophia, you don't make my bed.
I know. It's impossible to put a fitted cheater on a big, hairy guy named Ed.
Those directions she gave me for meeting you guys for lunch were totally wrong.
Oh, come on now, Rose. You don't think she did that to you on purpose?
Well, I do.
Oh, honey, that's silly.
You don't know Holly.
She just got her directions all mixed up. It was a mistake.
Just like it was a mistake leaving me out of dinner at Antonio's and a mistake leaving me home from the play.
Rose, you are overreacting to this. Now calm down. Let's just go and enjoy the movie.
What movie?
I can either buy the library or the phone booth in the center of town. Buy the library.
If I were you, I'd buy the phone booth.
Why?
People use the phone booth. It's my turn. Oh, six. What luck! I own Lock and Britton Avenue. Game's over. I win. You win.
Anyway, I was about 8 years old when I first met Kathy Lee on the playground. We became fast friends, just as thick as Louisiana blackstrap molasses on a steak of Johnny cakes as high as an elephant's knee.
On a riverboat floating down the Mississippi Delta. Finish the damn story, Blanche.
What kind of a place is this anyway?
I don't know, an old office building or a warehouse.
It looks to me like the kind of place where shady dealings go on. I say we just forget our money and save our behinds.
Why, you've got a lot more behind than you do money.
Bob Hope is not your father. He has no idea who you are, and he's not about to come anywhere near this place.
That's not true. He's here in Miami. It's right in today's paper.
Well, she's right. He is in a golf tournament here.
Apology accepted.
Syllogism is the powerful energy that is generated by two people engaged in the same activity. Up till now, I had no idea it could occur outside of Howard Johnson's motor lodge. You still have no idea what I'm talking about. Nope.
I'm going to go through with it.
Well, good for you. Yeah. And thank you for listening to me.
Oh, Victor, come on. Let's get a table. There's something I have to tell you.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some things do change.
No, I am telling you the truth. Honey, there is more to Eddie than meets the eye. But the only thing we have in common is under the sheets.
What's under the sheets?
Oh, Rose, I'm having a wonderful time. You're a lot of fun to be with.
Oh, I'm having a good time, too. I don't think I've had this much fun since I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. I remember once when I was about 10.
You were about to tell a story. Why did you stop?
Well, this is usually when Dorothy and Blanche interrupt me.
You mean quit? You can't do that, Rose. No member of my family ever quits.
Sophia, I'm not a member of your family.
Pretend, Rose. I'm going for a moment here. You never saw a Frank Capra film? I'm taking over. Wish me luck.
Ma, you don't know anything about football.
Please, what's to know? You hit a guy, you grab the pigskin, you run like crazy. It's like shopping in Sicily.
Girls, look, self-portrait by Jasper de Kimmel.
Dorothy, that picture has 3 noses.
Oh, I'm so glad that you find my self-portrait so interesting.
You're here.
Yes.
Gee, out of 3 noses, why did you keep the biggest?
Hey, that's not my fault.
Girls, look, a mime.
Oh, I just love a mime. It's all on account of my Uncle Gustav. He was a coal mimer.
You mean a coal miner?
No, a coal mimer. You see, he had a bad back, and he didn't want to lose his medical benefits, so every morning he'd go down the shaft and pretend to work.
Well, way to go, Rose. You talked her into doing exactly the opposite of what we wanted her to do.
I guess that's why they took me off the suicide hotline at work.
You were magnificent.
I have my moments. What do you want? Lasagna or cannelloni?
Oh, Ma makes great lasagna. I can never get mine to taste as good. She says it's because I don't sing to my marinara sauce. That's her secret. She sings opera to her sauce. Except, of course, during the holiday season when she sings Nat King Cole.
You know what that popcorn reminds me of? Rex's drive-in out at the lake. You remember the night my date and I parked right next to you and your date? Pretty soon it got to be a contest who could fog up whose car the fastest. I think you won.
You weren't doing too badly considering you were in a convertible.
Spill it, Ma.
I'm scared. I'll do anything you say.
Where is the jacket, Ma?
I gave it to the guy from the thrift shop.
You what?
Let's go. We've got to get down there before they sell
What's
it.
the big deal? It's only a crummy old jacket.
We put the winning lottery ticket in the pocket.
Start the engine and open the door. I'll jump in at the bottom of the driveway.
Boy, making pizza really brings back a flood of childhood memories.
Make a lot of pizza as a kid?
No, my favorite uncle, Uncle Gunter, used to sprinkle Parmesan cheese on his hair.
Why would he do that?
He said it was the perfect compliment to the croutons he taped to his eyebrows.
Nice going. I can cover more ground than you in my wheelchair.
How you feeling, Ma?
No improvement.
I'm sorry. By the way, you're wearing your knee brace on your neck.
Warm summer nights, sitting in the bleachers, eating hot dogs, rooting for the Dodgers and kissing passionately between innings.
Stanley, you never took me to Ebbets Field.
No?
No!
Oh, it must have been one of the guys from work. Yeah, that's it.
I've heard enough.
Please, Dorothy, you'll have the time of your life.
The time of my life? Stan, the last time you said that, it took 12 seconds.
It's kind of like Mount Rushmore, except they sculpted 4 losers of presidential elections in the mountainside. Let's see, there was Alf Landon, Wendell Willkie, and Adlai Stevenson, and Adlai Stevenson.
Why are there 2 Adlai Stevensons?
Oh, Blanche, isn't it obvious he lost twice? Oh, God, it's making sense.
Well, I guess I better be getting back to the hotel.
Oh, honey, are you sure you have to?
Blanche, are you asking me what I think you're asking me?
Think you might like some company tonight?
Maybe some other time, Blanche.
You did. At the beauty parlor, don't you remember? And Agnes said you were a lot of hot air, and you said she was just jealous because she wasn't getting any. And I said, getting any what? And you said rice pudding, Rose? And I said...
Could we just get back to moving the furniture? In fact, I had such a good time, I forgot all about what's his name?
Fidel.
Oh, honey, I know what his name is.
No, I mean, there he is. And he has his arms around another woman.
Fidel Santiago!
My papers are in order. Oh, hello, Blanche.
What in hell is going on here?
Blanche,
How can you be so deceitful? What is it? Is she younger, more attractive, more desirable?
You got 2 out of 3, Blanche. Oh, hi, Bert.
How about a little lunch?
Listen, if you're buying, how about a big lunch?
My God, you're Mr. Burt Reynolds.
I hope so, otherwise I got the wrong underwear on. He's the roommate you told me about?
Yeah.
Which one's a slut?
At my age, that's like wildcat drilling for oil.
Ma, when are you going to get the results of the blood test? I'm a nervous wreck.
It'll only take a few minutes. Relax, would you?
Oh, Ma, how can I relax? Any minute now, somebody can walk in here and tell me you're not really my mother.
Let me remind you of something that may set your mind at ease.
Are you going to tell a story?
No, I'm going to sing a Negro spiritual.
What about me? Could I be a goddess too?
No, no. You are an Earth Mother. Sweet, compassionate, but bubbling with sensuality just below the surface.
Oh, that's a relief. All this time I thought it was gas. How was your appointment with Dr. Rosenzweig?
Well, I was so nervous that I just rushed right in there and pulled off my top and said, well, what do you think?
What'd he say?
He said, I think you're probably looking for Dr. Rosenzweig. But if you ever want a discount on life insurance, call me.
Dorothy sees me with these 2. She'll know I screwed up.
Yeah, but there's something I think you're not considering here. Sophia. Dear. Sophia, I think you're making a big mistake.
I just need to keep the new dog hidden till Monday. It's a piece of cake.
Yeah, honey, that's not the mistake I mean. With both those dogs in the same room, how are you going to know which is the old one and which is the new one?
I'm screwed.
All that was left were a few deposit slips and a pen with a chain attached to it floating in the muck.
Amazing.
My story?
No, my patience at this hour. Can we get on with this?
Okay. I'll go first. 4 says... And in no mood to hear a story about you and some Yahoo cracker with 4 first names pawing at each other under a magnolia tree.
Well, pardon me, Dorothy, but we can't all come from places as socially acceptable as Brooklyn. Are you sure this is the right place?
No, but it was the only address we could find in Pepe's room.
Oh, I still feel uncomfortable about going through Pepe's things.
Me too. Although it was kind of exciting opening his closet and seeing his little boxing trunks hanging there with that provocative nickname on them.
Blanche, Everlast is a brand name, not a nickname.
Better I should say nothing from now on and sit here like a pincushion.
Hey, girls, did Bob Hope call?
Rose, will you stop being an idiot? Bob Hope is not going to call, and he is not going to MC our show.
What do you mean? I said he'd be here, and he will.
Rose, this is not Miracle on 34th Street.
I just finished a sketch of Tuna's little pals, the Dinkelheimer twins.
This book is really coming along.
Yeah, and you can chalk it all up to synergism.
Yeah, synergism. What would we ever do without it? Good old synergism.
You have no idea what it means, do you?
Not a clue.
What's his name?
I can't tell you.
Have I met him?
No, he's from out of town.
Where is he taking you?
I'm not allowed to say, security reasons.
Ma, none of this is true.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's Julio Iglesias. You satisfied?
I am having a relationship with him like I have never had with a man before in my life. It is purely physical. Eddie is the greatest lover I have ever had.
Come on, Dorothy. If we're going to do this, you have to tell me the truth.
And after he had wept over his crab cakes, I begged her to come back to him.
So I guess you're not going to see him again.
Oh, yes. Yes, I will.
What? Listen, pussycat, it's been a long time since you've been out on a date. And it's quite possible you can no longer judge a good one from a bad one. So let me be of help. Bad date, Dorothy. Bad date.
I'll call you later, Rose.
Looks like everything worked out after all.
Were you three listening to our conversation?
Absolutely not. You know we would never eavesdrop.
They made me do it. When I turn my hearing aid up to 10, I can hear a canary break wind in Lauderdale.
Sophia swears it works every time. Now eat up.
Oh, this is disgusting.
What's disgusting?
Your cure for the flu.
Hey, that remedy's been in our family for generations.
And it always works?
Always. Of course, I never saw anyone eat it before. Usually you just throw a glop on the vaporizer.
Hi, I'm Rose, Blanche's roommate.
Hi, Rose.
Won't you come in?
Could you give me a hand?
Well, sure.
That's okay. I'll use this.
Come in.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you do, John? I'm Dorothy. I'm Blanche's other roommate.
Hello, Dorothy.
And I'm her gorgeous 22-year-old cousin.
What are you guys doing up?
We're conducting a seance to contact Liberace. We couldn't sleep. Why else would we be up at 4 a.m.?
I couldn't sleep either, but I think it was something I ate before bed.
What did you eat?
Nothing out of the ordinary. A handful of snow caps, a couple of devil dogs, some Oreos. Oh, yeah, and a ho-ho chopped up in a bowl of fruit cocktail with heavy syrup.
Listen, Dorothy, I'm going to an art show tomorrow night. I always meet eligible men at galleries. Why don't you come with me?
Can I come too, Blanche?
Oh, sure. I think it's going to be a great show. It's featuring the work of Mr. Jasper de Kimmel. You ever heard of him?
I'm not sure. Has he ever done anything in velvet? She divorced her husband, lost 30 pounds, dyed her hair, and ran off to Paris with an artist 10 years her junior. I just got a postcard last week.
Yeah, and now she's miserable and bony and sick of eating snails, right?
No, they bought a beautiful home in Cannes.
Rose, I owe you an apology.
You sure do.
I shouldn't have got you mixed up in all this. It's just so hard to tell Blanche the truth.
Clayton, you're selling your sister short. Now, at times, Blanche can be very understanding and compassionate and forgiving.
Get away from my baby brother, you cradle-snatching, empty-headed, two-faced dummy.
What happened?
Oh, bedtime, Rose.
Does that mean we can't talk anymore?
No, they just like you to stay in your own bed.
Oh, darn. I didn't get to brush my teeth.
I know how you feel. I always make sure I brush after every meal. You wouldn't happen to have a meal on you, would you?
The big beach festival is this weekend. We have to be open for that. If we don't make some money, we'll lose our lease.
Max, it is out of the question.
She's right. We're too sick. The dream is ended. It's over.
It's a dirty, rotten shame we couldn't find somebody who could find it in their heart to help this absolutely adorable old couple fulfill their dream of a lifetime.
What, are you trying to tell me that possibly there is nothing wrong with you?
No, I feel better just lying here. The ride in the car could only make me feel worse.
Yep, she's right, Dorothy. Sometimes just lying motionless is the best thing a person can do.
That didn't sound right when you said it on our honeymoon, and it doesn't sound right now.
At least I think it's the airport.
Wow, in 20 minutes we'll be in St. Gustav. Then we'll hop on a train for Zumbro Falls, and we'll grab the shuttle. By my estimation, we should be in St. Olaf in a couple of days.
Days?
That boy.
I had a nice time tonight, Blanche.
You know, I did too.
And I wasn't sure I would, if you want the truth.
What?
Well, this may sound funny, but I kept thinking, here I am, so bald and so heavy, and what if I show up and Blanche looks just as pretty as she did 30 years ago?
But I don't.
No, you don't.
I guess we should get back to work.
Oh, I suppose so, but a big meal always makes me so sleepy.
Is that why you usually go right to bed after a date buys you dinner? Oh, let's really get crazy. We'll eat Chinese and use forks. I know. We'll pretend it's one of our birthdays and screw them out of a cake. Boy, if I wasn't going, I'd really be jealous of me. But I am going, so that's all irrelevant.
Yeah. Rose, did I hit you too hard before?
No, not at all. I'm trying a new hairspray, and it absorbs most of the impact.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about the time I was nibbling a giant shrimp out of Jerry Reed's hand.
You're making this whole thing up just to rub it in. You have never met these people.
Jealousy is a very ugly thing, Dorothy. And so are you in anything backless.
I can understand why you'd be a little nervous.
Oh, no matter how many times you have to go through something like this, I guess you're never really prepared for it. Look at me. My hands are shaking. I'm sweating. My head is spinning. I wish I could be only a little nervous.
Dr. Watkins to OR, Dr. Watkins to OR.
Well, that's me. I have to run.
I am your clay. Mold me.
Not so fast, Eduardo. What are you going to do with me?
You have good bones. Yes, this is a strong, noble face, full of wisdom and sincerity. You could be a Greek goddess.
Oh, go on, Eduardo. I said go on, Eduardo.
Don't look at me like that. If Tyson has another fight, you may want to set her up in the rec hall.
This is all hard to believe.
If it's not true, my name isn't Sophia Pahawkins.
Excuse me.
Well, Blanche, what do you think?
Sophia, what have you done?
Save my puckered little Sicilian behind, that's what. When Dreyfus didn't come home again this morning, I went to the pet shop and got a duplicate. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, except for one thing.
Only instead of Atlantic City, they use St. Olaf geography.
Well, I'll be the bank.
Oh, good. There's the cash box.
Well, honey, this is empty.
Oh, I know. The St. Olaf Bank was one of the first savings and loans to go under.
Bad management?
Bad contractor. They built the bank on marshland and it sank.
The most energetic, alive person I ever knew.
At the center, Dorothy, we teach acceptance. In life, there are some things that are inevitable and you just have to accept them.
She is right, Dorothy. I know because I've been there myself.
You killed your best friend too, Blanche?
You were the one who chose adventure.
You also would have said Baltimore instead of the New World. You're no good at this, Dorothy. I'm the girl who played it safe. Maybe if I'd made the other choice, I would have been Prime Minister of Israel instead of my good friend Golda Meir. This Rose Bob Hope thing reminds me of a similar situation back in my village. Florence Pontevecchio used to fantasize that Alberto Bolognese was her brother.
Who was Alberto Bolognese?
He was the bootmaker in the village.
So what's so special about that?
Did I say it was special? I said it was similar. I'm having a cup of tea talking. The two of you have a look on your face like you paid for Phantom of the Opera tickets. Okay, if a trip down memory lane is gonna make you happy, pussycat, I'm willing to take a short stroll.
Listen, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll order dinner in, we'll finish looking at the photos, and then we can reread these old letters.
Geez, too bad you didn't bring along the slides.
Come on, now you've got the spirit.
I just wanted to hear it out loud before I had another bowl of ice cream.
I have an idea. Let's go out to dinner and celebrate Valentine's Day ourselves. Just because we don't have dates doesn't mean we can't have a good time.
It doesn't?
Rose is right. I mean, this is hardly a disaster. We're not the only women in the world who don't have dates on Valentine's Day. Ma, you want to join us?
I can't. I have a date.
Hi, Rose. Blanche around?
She's just showing the girls some makeup tricks before we go to the movies. Anything I can do?
No, thanks. I just need to talk to somebody.
Oh, I get it.
Eddie, what wonderful things have you got planned for tonight?
Nothing. I was going to cancel, but my therapist wouldn't let me.
Perhaps if we spoke to him together.
I'm sorry, I'm still not really recovered. You see, after 25 years of marriage, my wife Roberta sent me a Dear John letter.
That's terrible, married 25 years and she doesn't know your name is Eddie. Hi, Ernie.
Oh, Rose, I'm really sorry. I'm on my way to the office. There's been a small emergency. Do you mind if we postpone our date?
Well, I was going to ask you
Now, look,
if you...
I'd like to make this up to you. I've been thinking, how about we go away this weekend? I know it's sudden, but I'd really like to take you somewhere special. What do you say?
Well, yes, that sounds wonderful. Here we go, Dorothy. 2 bowls of Sophia's homemade remedy.
Oh, Rose, this isn't going to work. We have the flu.
Well, we have to at least give it a try. Today's the big game. We can't let those kids down.
Ooh, what is in this?
Red peppers, oregano, garlic, chicken fat, and lard.
Was it the recurring dream where you're a lonely old woman and your family doesn't want you, so they put you in a home and never come to see you or take you out on holidays?
That wasn't my dream.
Oh, yeah, right. That was my life.
Ma, please, for the 100th time, Shady Pines was a beautiful retirement village.
Sure. And Attic is known for its top-notch tennis facilities.
Blanche, please, I am in no mood to hear about the parade of endless sexual encounters that you have experienced up and down the Florida coastline, with only this towel between your hot flesh and the cold, wet sand.
I brought my son Skippy home from the hospital in this towel job.
You're lying, Blanche.
It's only got one more yank left in it before it falls completely apart, and I'm saving that for Henry Barnesworth.
I just don't want Dorothy to hear. Blanche, we can't let Dorothy ruin Stan and Catherine's wedding. I mean, it's selfish, it's adolescent, and it'll put a real cramp in their honeymoon.
Rose.
I mean, for somebody who's supposed to be so smart, Dorothy's acting like a real goober.
Rose.
And Dorothy wouldn't say that right to her face. Of course, I'd have to stand on a chair.
Congratulate me, everyone. I'm getting hitched.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, congratulations, Stan.
Tell us all about it.
Her name is Catherine. We met at the post office. We discovered we had a lot in common.
Oh, is she bald, too? So, Clayton, what do you think of this Miami weather so far?
Oh, it's lovely.
I see. Have you ever been to Europe?
No, but it's always been a dream of mine.
Interesting. How many fingers am I holding up?
2?
Fine. You can go back in the living room now.
It's not in the laundry room closet.
It's not in my bedroom, but I knew I didn't hang it in there.
I am positive you left it on the couch.
Oh, we gotta find that jacket. This is driving me crazy.
All right. I wasn't going to say anything, but since it's kind of my fault, I'll pay for a new jacket out of my share.
What do you mean it's kind of your fault?
Do you know where the jacket is, Sophia?
What did you do with it, Ma?
Stand back. This is the worst cold I've had in 40 years.
My back is killing me. I feel dizzy and nauseous. Every joint in my body feels like it's on fire.
Boy, you really caught a nasty bug.
Please, I'm 84 years old. I feel like this every day.
Will you please get on with the examination?
Okay. Open your mouth and say, ah. Yep, she's paralyzed.
That's it. What? Get out! Out!
Dorothy. Oh, nice going, Dorothy. It's not going to be easy to get him to come back here for another house
I
call.
cannot believe that you asked this man to examine my mother.
That's one doctor whose bedside manner I have no interest in.
We definitely need a second opinion.
I wouldn't go to bed with him either, Dorothy. Oh, I'm so excited. You girls are going to love it. But I guess everybody thinks his hometown is pretty special.
I know I do. I'll never forget when I went back after many, many years. Everything was just as I remembered it. Garbage in the street, prostitutes in the doorways, a couple of guys hanging from their heels in the town square. Oh, I can't go on. Got a handkerchief?
Did it leave a faint trail of yellow exhaust?
Yes, it did.
Very good. Ms. Bornak, there's a perfectly simple explanation for what you saw.
Well, I always knew there would be.
What you and Rose Nyland saw was a UFO.
I'd stay away from the sausage if I were you.
Sophia, would you like to come to my art class today?
Did you talk Murray Shimowitz into posing naked yet?
We got him down to his trust.
I've seen his trust. It's impressive. The first time he showed it off, I thought he had a turkey platter in his pants. Besides, today's my day at the hospital.
You're not feeling good?
Please, I haven't felt good since Hugh Downs left the Today Show.
You know, you're probably right. Oh, why would Fidel want another woman? After all, he's dipped his toes in the lake known as Blanche.
That wasn't stupid enough to deserve a hit?
Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
That's it. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back from the ball and her three wicked roommates are jealous.
This was a lovely afternoon. Oh, I'll say, I just love the legitimate theater. You know, I missed Mr. Lee J. Cobb in Death of a Salesman. I missed Mr. Marlon Brando in Streetcar Named Desire. Well, I was damned if I was going to miss Mr. Dick Butkus and Pal Joey.
And there's a brand new water heater in the garage and wall-to-wall carpeting in all the bedrooms.
Ma, what the hell are you doing?
Selling the house.
Just because a hospital vending machine screws up a lousy cup of coffee doesn't mean that the hospital did anything wrong. Oh, sure, a mistake like getting two babies mixed up makes the headlines. But the point is, statistics back me up. Hospitals are remarkably efficient institutions. I mean, seriously. How often does a hospital mix up two babies? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Well, have you?
Are you here for the methadone program?
This flyer that came in the mail says they're going to start a dirty dancing course down at Lawson's Dance Studio. What do you say, Dorothy?
Oh, no. I can't see myself swinging my hips and wildly gyrating my pelvis. I am not interested.
And the world heaves a collective sigh of relief.
You are a vixen. For you, I see a saucier cut, an Audrey Hepburn look. Simple, elegant, and something to accent these delicate features.
Can you really do all that?
Well, my dear, in many respects, styling hair is like making love. To do it well, one must have trust, respect, and a chair you can pump up and down.
Are you implying that I might have gained weight?
There's only one way to find out. Here's the scale.
Oh, fine.
Whoa!
Sophia, were you looking?
No, actually, that's when you stepped off. But I know it's not a good sign when the first rebound goes into the low 120s. And that was business class.
What I need to know is, does your mother require any special medical care?
She does. An old war injury. Remember the Maine? She didn't. She was a frogman and swam right into the bulkhead. They put a metal plate in her head. Now she gets HBO through her eyeballs.
Don't listen to Blanche.
All right, it was his bathtub, and we were blowing suds off of each other when she walked in.
Blanche, what is the point of this story?
Point? Well, there's no point. I just like telling it.
I was worried about Rose. I'm a member of this family, too.
I'm sorry. Mother, it's really very sweet, considering that we have to get up so darn early tomorrow for that commercial.
I said she was family. I'd do anything for that girl.
Well, is everybody ready for a spirited game of Guggenspritzer?
To happen this way. I feel like a murderer.
Now, I will not hear any more of that nonsense. It was a freak occurrence on a tennis court, that is all.
She's right, Dorothy. You did nothing wrong. Technically, nothing that would hold up in a court of law.
Which is exactly the amount of each girl's life savings.
Exactly?
That's why this is a story instead of an immigration report. May I continue? One girl chooses to spend her money and take a chance on adventure. The other plays it cautiously and books only a ferry to Sardinia, saving the rest of her money for a rainy day.
Still can't believe that Rose caused all this trouble.
Unbelievable.
This whole fantasy about Bob Hope is sick.
Sick.
If she's gonna have fantasies, they ought to be the normal, healthy kind, like sweaty Argentinian cowboys whipping things while they ride naked on the back of Brahma bulls.
I'll never forget that winter day in 1934. I was thinking, boy, am I blessed to have such a precious 2-year-old in my life.
Oh, look! Here's one of us on a bicycle built for two.
I'll never forget that spring day in 1940. I was thinking...
Ma, you're making this up!
Of course I am. How the hell should I remember what I was thinking back then?
We go at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3!
Excuse me, ladies, but we always dress for dinner here. And in your case, we'd appreciate it if you do that for all 3 meals.
Why don't you come with me and I'll show you how I transform myself into a fresh-faced, innocent young thing.
Could you skip the innocent part, Blanche? The show starts in 2 hours. Oh, I can't do it. I can't ask him to go away with me. I've never learned how to be aggressive.
Honey, it's as easy as riding a bicycle.
I never learned how to ride a bicycle.
It's as easy as falling off a bicycle.
Really? Well, that is easy. Thanks,
It was just a hunch.
Hi, girls. Oh, hi, Blanche. How did your date with John go last night?
Oh, perfect. Dinner in the symphony.
You must be really serious. You've seen him every night this week.
You're a lucky woman, Blanche. You're a guy, John, is just the type I always figured was perfect for my Dorothy.
Oh, he sure is. He's smart. He's sophisticated.
I was talking blind. The searchlights were out, so I tunneled out of my room with a spoon. I couldn't sleep, so I'm having some tea. If that's okay with you, Prime Minister Bota.
Not that part, Rose. Anyway, spending time with Stan made me see something that I hadn't realized.
He dyes the hair in his ears? I noticed that months ago.
Besides that, I'm still in love with the man, and I can't let him marry someone else.
Is it me, or is the room suddenly getting darker?
What happened between you and Clayton last night is your business, not Blanche's.
But that's just the point, Dorothy. Nothing happened between Clayton and me. Nothing physical, anyway.
Well, why did Clayton say the two of you slept together if you hadn't?
Because he's trying to hide something about himself from Blanche. I don't even feel right saying it out loud. Maybe if I just whispered it.
Oh. Well, I might. You want me to take a look?
Forget it.
Listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you like that. I'm just a little uncomfortable here.
Helps if you stuff newspapers under the mattress.
Well, that's not what I meant. I was talking about being here at the shelter.
This is your first time?
Lord, it's been ages since I heard that from a man.
Oh, wow! Look at this! Boy, the place is really coming along.
Boy, I'll say it is.
I have to give you two credit. It looks like it's really going to happen.
Why shouldn't it happen? I know the pizza business like the back of my hand. I never noticed that before. What do you think it would cost to remove something like that?
Jerry.
Dr. Jerry. Oh, it must be great having just one name. You don't have to worry about people misspelling your last name all the time.
Is your last name difficult to spell?
Yes, but I'm getting better at it.
St. Gustav, I thought we were flying to St. Olaf.
Well, St. Olaf doesn't have an airport. No, the only way you can get to St. Olaf is to fly to St. Gustav and then take land transportation to St. Olaf. Even the birds do it that way when they migrate.
I don't believe this.
Could be worse. We could be going to Beaver Falls.
Beaver Falls? That's my stop.
Is Rose Nyland in?
Yes, please come in. Please come in. You must be the man that Rose spoke to, Major Barker.
That's correct.
Please sit down. Listen, before I get Rose, let me assure you she is the only one here who thinks she saw a UFO.
No, I understand completely, Miss Bornak. By the way, is that Ms. Bornak or Mrs.? I'm hoping it's Ms.
Well, yes.
Take 5. Even the seagulls stopped listening. The rain kept our fans away. Baloney. Every week we've been collecting what, $20, $30 for the clinic? The last couple of weeks we're lucky if we break 10. And you know why? We're losing our edge. The excitement is gone. We're not driven like we used to be. Haven't we learned anything from the tragic examples of Mike Douglas and Ferdinand Marcos?
I've never cared for a man as much as Fidel Santo Domingo.
Santiago.
Or whatever. The point is, he's rich, he's handsome, and we were made for each other. Even if I don't speak Mexican.
Spanish.
Whatever.
Hello, xin chào các bạn nha. Hôm nay mình sẽ bầu quả ổi. Ổi đây là ổi mình chảy tại vườn nhà mình, nên rất là đảm bảo và ngon. Ổi nhà mình rồng. Mình thích ăn những quả xanh xanh này, nó sẽ giòn hơn. Bây giờ mình sẽ rửa qua này. Đây nha các bạn nha. Mình đã rửa qua đi ạ. Do ổi nhà mình rồng nên là mình sẽ không phải ngâm. Mình chỉ rửa qua đi cho nó sạch thôi ạ. Vì ổi nhà mình không có thuốc sâu gì hết. Thơm luôn các bạn ạ. ạ.